Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Seth Shadow here. Unfortunately, I did have some things I needed to take care of tonight, so I'm moving my market watch a little up today for the afternoon evening. But let's go ahead and get into it. We do have a number of items to cover. Following up from the release of set 13, which is Flight of Chakrabarti. And also we have the new December-January promos, which we're going to be going over a few of those, as well as some other things as we go along. So the first item for today is some Bastion support that came out of set 13 for promos, Sapienel, which right now the base rare of this promo is sitting at about $10, and then you've got the foil with a market price of $25, but the base price is dropping pretty fast, and we're now looking at $16 with a fair amount of listings, and they started their sales today. Yesterday it was still in the $20 range, and well, we'll just have to see where it goes from here. As more boxes get cracked open, we should see more of these on the market over time. But I'm aware that this is supposed to be pretty good support for Bastion in general, as being a grade 3 for purpose, while also being a booster. Then there's Servant Valkyrie, which is generically good Dark State support, and extra support if you're playing it in Stride decks, or you're playing it in a grade 4 base deck. Right now, the promo's base value is $33, the market price is just underneath that. And then the foil version only has one listing on the market at $53 right now. Market price is $48 there. If we look at sales of the base version, there was a gap between the 7th and today, but they're still selling consistently at about $33. So it's really just a matter of these finally coming onto the market with more quantity. We are in the first month of this promo pack, so if you give it a little time, they should show up in higher quantities. To that same point, we've also got Yasmin, which is security upgrader which is as security upgrader is to Pure Light, this card is to Kyrie. Right now the card is $21 if you want to pick up the base one. The market price is lower, but there's also this. I happened to pull one of these yesterday at a local tournament, and I was wondering about the price because I did not think it was going to be that high. Oh boy, was I wrong. When I first looked at it yesterday, these were the only prices. So I will admit, my listing is up there, right here. So I tried a severe undercut, but it isn't moving. Honestly, I don't feel like even that price can move, given that despite the fact that this card is an easy grade 4 ride for Kyrie, Kyrie herself is not doing too hot even on the release of this promo. Currently, the triple rare for Asterisk Live Kyrie is only $8, and the market price is almost $9, and the SP has not risen too high either. And even if you take a look at the LSR, these things used to be in the $200 range, and they're still sitting at the 170s. Sale-wise, if we take a look, it's still selling very sparsely and only sold 2 times this month. So, in all honesty, even though this card is great for Kyrie, I just feel like I don't think it's going to be able to hold very well, and might fall faster than Thesis or Eva's promo Results of the Experiment did. We'll see where it goes. Also keep an eye on Valsblom, the cycler for Lyrical Monasterio. We are going into set 4 next month, and this is only part of Festival Booster 2023. As quantities of the booster itself get smaller and smaller and the prices get higher, this will either maintain or even spike in value if players intend to play this for set 4. So I'd just keep your eye on this one if you need to pick it up. 15 is honestly, well, it's more like 16. Actually, there's only one $17 listing, I'm sorry. And then it's $18 plus. And they're consolidated around $18-19 in terms of quantities. So it is likely to make a comeback. Rebel Form Full Burst or Full Blast right now is airing on getting higher again with 16 listings overall, and players are picking this up for $32 right now. There's one listing for $27, but it's got a $5 shipping tag. But otherwise, it's aiming for $35 with a good amount of quantities right now at $32, but once those go, and it wouldn't be surprising if they did, then it's going to be at least a $35 card. Will it sell out like Tempest did? Honestly, it wouldn't be surprising if it did. Sequana, with Youthberg Full Blast now available, I wanted to revisit the FR for this one. While you see that it looks like it's been trending upward, at least that trend is not enormous. It's more of a dollar increase overall, and given that it's an FR, I would not say that's too bad. In any case, the card is about $11 to $12 if you want to pick it up. It does have very cheap alternate options, as it does have a common full art too that came out of set 11. And those are changed at this point. Also, looking back at Festival 2023, you've got Sages, which is still the most expensive of the big grade 3 units that came out of this booster. It's still selling for $25, $26, and most listings are above $30 right now. I mean, it's had its drop-off. It did have a nice boom when Bastion first came out, Apex Bastion. But I guess with Youthberg now coming into the fray, it's not going to be as looked at, in my opinion. Warning on Blue Deathster Skyrim Driver. There are only 2 listings left of this card, and they're both about $5.50. So we might see a close near-term spike of this card in the future, so just keep that in mind. There's also a drop-off on Sickle Blade of Inquest. Looks like the card has fallen off, and players actually were able to buy this around $7. And there are still some but he's got a $5 shipping tag on it. Ultimately, the card does have $10 listings, and it'll go back up afterward, and if Avantgarde does get bought out, I can imagine this card may go with it. Leonor Vivus has a near $4 listing, but it has a $5 shipping tag. After that, it's still a $9 card plus, so it is a little higher than when the set had dropped, so it's moving back up there. There's also Luster Impact Dragon, which is another box topper of set 13. Pricing on this one, if you want the base one, it's almost $7. And then you've got the foil one, which is just above $11 as well, closer to $12. And I believe you'll see more players take a look at this as you go. Rosarium Fairy with Leonor Vivus now out. The price is creeping up there and is now $10 and only 8 listings on the triple rare left. And if you want the FFR, there are still 5 listings on that. Let's see if it's been going. It's been going at 45, and one person did buy it at 48 earlier, but it looks like it hasn't crossed $50. Okay, so back in November, it did sell for 55 a few times. So, yeah, if you're planning to play this in Leonor and haven't picked it up already, I mean, at least it's not out of this world expensive in terms of being an FFR. Residence Dragon has fallen off and is still around the $13 mark if you want to pick it up. To be fair, I don't think it's a big necessity to play in Leonor right now, given that it does add on an extra attack to give you 7 attacks in one turn. But right now, let's see, 13, 15, so it's basically a $15 to $18 card right now for most of its listings if you want the triple rare for this one. Looking back at set 1, now that we have completed the run of the Overdress Willdress boosters, I was just curious as to all the high rarity stuff from this set. We've had a lot of ups and downs given that this is the only set with the SP over triggers and also the first round of SP perfect guards. And I remember how a lot of these could just spike out of control all the way to 50 to 100. Some of the over triggers went as high as 150 at one point, though I don't remember them actually selling at those rates. And now they've all just really calmed down since then, with multiple different types of perfect guards and all the different heals and crits you can now pull. Everything is back down into the 20s, 40s range tops, so we're really out of the hype stage of all of these cards. Even Painkiller Angel with Luard coming up is not spiking out of control at this point. We've got $15 listings on that SP. And with Orpheus, we've still got Cardinal Noid Rudis at about 17 too. So just taking a look at the first page, it's really calmed down after a while. Just a note for those who are going to play Shiranui. World Shaper Stealth Rogue, Shotodoji. This is a common that comes out of Minerva Rising and is part of the ride line for Shotodoji. But it can work with Shiranui. Keep in mind that it gives you the potential of a call and an extra soul on ride. So it's either you play this or Genkai. And I've seen players try this instead of Genkai, and I can see the value in it for providing early rush as well as just providing you soul for all of the different skills that you can get. It is just a one-of though, and there are plenty of copies that are cheap at 20 cents-ish. Just, if you do need to pick it up, it's probably a good idea just to grab it whenever you can. And our last item, we've talked about Rhesus for a few times, and now it looks like the gains are starting to finally get in there. Someone did buy 4 copies of this card for just over $4, and now base listings are $4 right now, and they are consolidated amongst sellers. We've only got 5 listings overall right now, and as soon as we get to January, we could potentially see similar prices as we did in Japan. Although we did have a lot of printing of this set, so I don't know if we'll actually get to the level of maybe $8 or such. 5 doesn't seem like it'll be too outlandish. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.